What up, what up, what up? It's Night Rider 707 back with another one, man. Let's get straight to it. But first, let me mention this whole Caprice video. If you tuning into my channel and you watch the video, the 45-second clip of Caprice, yeah, I took that video down if you tried to check it out again. That video really didn't sit right with me. I was already like just second guessing myself when I first uploaded it. And then seeing the comment where someone mentioned, you know, man, why would you do something like that? That's wrong. That could be somebody's grandmother and blah, blah, blah. It made sense to me. And one thing about me, if something makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to acknowledge that. Like, I have no problem admitting my flaws or when I'm wrong. So I just thought about it like, you know what, I'm going to take this thing down. Even though I wasn't stalking her. Like, I was in the area, documenting the area, and she just happened to be on the porch. But I told myself, I said, you know what, Slim right, I'm gonna take this joint down and we gonna go about it the right way. So with that being said, man, I'm looking forward to reaching out to her, man. Me and my wife, we actually gonna try to go and chop it up with her to see if she would be down to do an interview, even if she's not gonna be on camera. Like, we still could get the interview possibly. So we're gonna try to do it the right way. You know, let's keep the integrity intact, man. And yeah, other than that, man, that's pretty much it, man. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this video.
You paid in full in Newark. It's what happens after you put all that work on the street and somebody has to get that money back. You know? And I actually was one of the only dumbasses that lost money.
So I'm from DC. I'm from Southeast. So as you may know, I mean, most people know that we want to see them cover the paid in full, everything that happened in the late 80s. I swear, man, I wish I was a fucking millionaire. If I was a millionaire, I would have shot that fucking movie. But I mean, I wouldn't call it paid in full 2 though. I'm not gonna just like take that man's idea when he made paid in full 1. I would just create something new for DC. Man, that story, if you listen to that whole Alpo interview, that 1 hour Alpo interview he did with the Feds magazine, to me, and maybe it's because I'm from the city, I don't know, but to me, the most interesting part of that story was when he went to DC. Like, shout out, rest in peace to Rich Porter, shout out AZ and everybody else up New York. Like, we love New York, you know what I'm saying? I rock with New York heavy, but I'm just talking about when Alpo talked about the city. Like, that part of the story is solidified. The whole paid in full, Alpo, Rich, and AZ, that's solidified. The movie is stamped. Can't nobody take that away. We all know New York was doing their thing. Harlem specifically was doing their thing. Can't nobody deny that. But the DC story never been told on the big screen. And when you listen to that Alpo interview, like, it sounds like, I know there's some parts that might be gassed up a little bit, but it sounds like a movie, man. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because I wanted to know what everybody else think. Like, what do y'all think about Dame Dash talking about shooting that joint out in Jersey or something like that? Like, what do y'all think, man? Because I really feel like, if anything, man, he should cover the whole thing in DC, and he could cover it from Alpo's perspective, because I know, you know, Dame Dash, there's a connection there. Alpo, Harlem, Dame Dash, Harlem, so I get it, I understand. But he could still be true to everything else. All of the other guys that was in and around that area, the Michael Frays and all of that. And I'm only mentioning Dame because Dame probably have a bigger budget than anybody that's going to do it down here, I think. I'm not sure. Now, I spoke to Is the Christ. I spoke to him directly on the phone, and he told me that he was, you know, the movie was being done, or he's making the movie. He didn't get no date or give me any like specific details on the movie. And to be honest with you, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm on here clout chasing or nothing like that, because I'm not. To be honest with you, what we spoke about was the scene, the combo that in the video that I did, where I covered like the Metro Club section. That's what the conversation was about, because it was his main scene that he's going to be having in the movie. And I'm be honest with you, I'm more so looking forward to Is the Christ movie than I am with Dame Dash joint. That's me personally. But from my understanding, maybe Ears might just cover, you know, him and Dre. He might just cover like him and Dre and their dealings with Poe or whatever. But like, I think, man, the DC area, like, it's a series. It's a series. I would have never known none of this stuff if I never had listened to that Alpo interview with Feds magazine. I would have never known none of this stuff, but you know, it's a damn, like a show can be made off of that shit. You can go down the line. A movie can be made about Rayful. I know Rayful's told and everything. A lot of people don't like, you mentioned that name Rayful, they don't like that, but you know, still, you can't, regardless of the fact that he told, you can't deny what he did back in the 80s, the amount of money that he made, the team that he had around him, and a movie can be made on him. I think a movie can be made on Michael Frey as well. I feel like a movie could be made on Wayne Perry. Like, all these different characters, like, to me, a movie can be made about them. Even Big Head Gary and his brother. Like, this man, this is where I wish I was a millionaire, because if I had millions, like millions to invest, first of all, the first thing I would do is step to all of the official directors, like F. Gary Gray. F. Gary Gray, for those who may not know, F. Gary Gray is the one responsible for doing what's that movie called? Compton, the Straight Outta Compton joint. Yeah, F. Gary Gray is responsible for doing that. He's sharp. He did the Straight Outta Compton movie, and y'all know that movie was fire. So I will pay somebody like him, be like, man, hey, what you need, man? I need $5 million, bet, done. Let's get started ASAP. And I probably wouldn't even tell nobody until that joint is, until we ready to put together a trailer or something. Because one thing I hate about like any type of content, like movies and stuff, I hate those long, prolonged goddamn advertisements. You know, where they tell you like, man, hey, be on the lookout. We got a movie coming out in 2025. You be like, what the hell? It's 2022. What the hell you mean 2025? Like, come on, man. I hate that, man. And some people still try to do it with the albums. You remember, like, back in the day, they had to have those long rollouts. They had to first drop the single, then they go to the radio station, they get the street team out there, they putting up flyers, they hitting all the interview spots, they doing all this stuff for an album that ain't gonna come out for a whole another 12 months. And then Beyonce and J. Cole and show people that, man, we living in a different time now. Instant gratification, whole different era. You can drop it if it's good enough. If it's good enough and there's enough clout around it, it's going to do numbers regardless. But not to get off subject or nothing, man. I feel like Dame Dash, man, need to come correct with that, man. For some strange reason, I feel like he want to stay the hell away from DC with, and I ain't talking about physically, I'm talking about as far as making content. I feel like he want to stay the hell away from the city with that, and he has the right to. But I just feel like, man, somebody need that, man. If anybody out there got any pulls, some strings or whatever, man, we need that movie, man. We need, there's so many movies that we need down here, or TV shows, because what I'm hearing from the Paid in Full 2, like, I don't even know if it's gonna be official. I don't know. Now, he didn't really say what where it's going to pick up at, as far as I know. And y'all get in the comments if anybody heard Dame Dash actually say anything about, like, as far as, well, we're going to cover Alpo while he was in jail, or we're going to cover this or that. Like, I don't know. The only thing that I heard was that it was supposed to be shot in Jersey. That's all I heard. Paid in Full 2 was supposed to be shot in Jersey. And I just like, man, that's wrong, man. Why shoot it in Jersey, man? Just bring that joint to the city. Bring it to the city. You can make it about Alpo. Make him the main attraction. I don't care. But bring it to the city. Matter of fact, that whole Feds magazine joint, that joint needs to become a movie. But because we already got Paid in Full 1, it needs to pick up from Rich. It really need to be picked up from Rich, where when he took out Rich, or maybe a little bit prior to that, because my understanding, he went to DC to stay after that, but before then it was like he was in and out the city. But so right around that time when he took out Rich, That's where they need to start it at. Make it about Alpo, and then take it down into the city. You know what I mean? Show everything. When he met Wayne, Shorty Pop. Man, you imagine how dope that would be? Think about it, if they made a movie, a real movie, like a box office, not no low budget BS, but like a real movie where you have to go to the movies and see top notch A-list joint, and they got like some A-list actors to play some of these guys. But man, you know what I'm saying? You get somebody to play Shorty Pop, getting somebody to play everybody, even Demencio. That joint would be an instant classic. That movie would have the potential to be better than Paid in Full 1 if they did it correctly. If they did it correctly and showcased Alpo's run down into the city, that movie will potentially be better than Paid in Full 1. But Paid in Full 1 is solidified. It's a classic, so people are always gonna like it, but that joint can potentially be better. Man, somebody need to reach out to Dame Dash, man. For real. We need that story. If not Dame Dash, somebody with some money. Because like I said, I know Iz doing, I don't know specifically if he plans to cover everything. My mind's telling me that he's probably going to cover, you know, mainly, you know, his story and Tank's story, which makes sense. Why wouldn't he? I get it from his standpoint, but a major producer or somebody, a investor, someone need to reach out and talk to these people, man, so we can get a director to cover the DC history, man. So this is a call out for that. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. Has anybody heard about Dame Dash doing this movie in New Jersey? And what do you think about them if someone was to make a real A-list movie about that covers Alpo from the Rich Porter thing all the way up? What do y'all think about that? It's your boy Knight Rider 707 checking out with another video.